Before you start to watch this video, don't forget we have some event. On 1000 subscription, I'm gonna make worldwide giveaway. I will choose some 10 random players and I will gift them Logitech Bluetooth gaming headset. So if you want to win this headset, you have to subscribe the channel and wait for the event. Now let's start to watch the video. Greeting players, today I'm gonna talk about the most important things in the game. Some of you may think that if you do some PvE instances or some dungeons, it is the most important, know to how to do it. But no, since it's the open world PvP game, you have to know your character states, you have to know when the crit is maximum for your character, when you have to stop to put the crit mana stones, when you have to start to put some HP or attack mana stones there, and most things, how resistor works, how accuracies work. Maybe you think you know it, maybe you even know this article, but most of you, I'm sure that you don't know it, and I'm gonna explain it how everything is work in the game for character states and any attack, damage or defense or CC state in the game. Okay, let's start from the basic. I will zoom it for you. Also, I'm gonna upload this document on my Google Drive and I will put the link in the description of this video. Okay, let's start from the basic states. This state is unchangeable states. I mean, you cannot change it. It's only teach you how your character works and what's your characters or classes basic states. Here you see your characters, I mean the classes basic states, and everything will build on these states. This is the basic information. This information you cannot change, so I'm not gonna talk about much. You can just enter and read it. I'm not gonna explain, I mean here is nothing to explain. You just have to read and you just have to know it. So let's go on the main point. This main point is item and common states. The item and common states is not the same for everyone, because not everyone using the same gear, not everyone putting the same mana stones in the gear. So this state you can change, you can increase and you can decrease. For example, the magic attack. Most people think that magic attack, when you find some spell book which say in bonus stats that it's a plus 25 magic attack, it's the skill damage. No, this magic attack state is not the skill damage. It's just single basic attack damage. When you're shooting the basic attack as the magic attack, you know, your skill damage is boosted by the magic boost. Here you see how your magic boost and knowledge works together, which gives you some basic, which gives you the total amount of damage. I mean, you just can easily calculate how much damage you can hit some mob or some enemy. Here is also the state of the magic resist, and most of people think that magic resist is only for resist some opponent spell. I mean the magic class spell, but no, it's not like that. Since I'm the chanter, I'm building my chanter on the magic resist. I faced so many times when assassins are stun, when assassins resist the stun ambush against of me, because the stun also includes the magic resist state, as the same as on the silence, blind, and also the gold stones. The gold stones who have 10% of the activation chance, it's not the success rate, you know. 10% is not the success rate. 10% is activation state, or 5% or 2% for paralysis. It's activation rate. After that, you need to have enough magic accuracy to hit the target. I mean, debuff the target, you know. And here is some example how the magic resist is work. Every 10 magic resist, if you have more than your opponent's magical accuracy, is 1% chance to the resist. And magical accuracy state, it's show you how the magical accuracy work. It's also increase these states against of your opponent. And a small calculation example here down. So if your magical accuracy is 2.3000 and your opponent's magical resist is 2.7000, it means that you have different 400 magic resist. I mean, you have more 400 magic resist than your opponents have in magical accuracy. So it means 40% chance the spell resists on you from your opponent. So it's easy. If you have more, the chance increases the more. Magic suppression, we don't have this rate on the classic, but if you play on some retail version of the Aion or some more than 3 point something, you can use this stat as an example. Now let's see the crit spell. Crit spell is one of the most important thing for the magic classes, and I told the people, if you watched my older videos, I state that magic classes can wait for 2.0 update and buy 55 level accessories, because 55 level accessories have some crit spell, and it's most important thing for you, because as you already see that magical crit rates are 1.5, and it means the 50% more damage on the enemy. So yeah, crit spell works so good, and it's so important stat if you are magic, of course. And crit spell resist is a 1-to-1 ratio countering your crit spell. For example, if you have 50 crit spell and your opponent have 50 crit spell resist, you have 0% chance to crit him. Yeah, that's the good thing. Magic defense also not include the classic, and I'm not gonna talk about much about the things which not includes the classic version of the game we play now. Now let's see the physical class. Here is an attack and a critical strike. Attack is the simple one. One attack means one damage more to your opponent. And the crit, now it's so important thing. Crit formula is a bit harder one in this situation, and that's why so many players are asking in LFG or in DM or on forums or in Discord when the crit is enough and how the crit is work. Here is formula how the crit is work. For dagger, sword, mace, greatsword, polearm, bow, and staff. This is the basic weapons we have in the game at this moment. The dagger and sword have highest multiplayer for the crit, you know. This is also the reason why full buffed gladiator, full buffed in his prime, can out DPS easily assassin for the moment before he have the buffs, because when you're gladiator and you have to maximize your damage on the PvE side, of course on the single target you use the sword and dagger. Here is my stuff, it's a 1.7 multiplayer for the crit. Now let's see how much crit you need and what is your limits for the crit strike, you know. So basically from 0 to 44 440, I mean 10 crit is 1% chance, you know. If you have 44 crit, it means you have 44%. Sorry for my spelling. If you have 440 crit, it means 44% of the crit chance. After 440, between 550, each 20 crit is 1%. Now the state is getting the half, you know. So if you have 550 crit, it means you have 44% from this state, and the difference is 110, so you have around additional 5.5, so you will have for 49.5 crit. And after 550 to 660, it's you need 15 crit to increase your crit stage to 1%. And here is some small example. If you have the crit strike 580, what is your crit hit chance? It's getting 50.1%. 50.1%. Yeah, so you don't have to stock your crit 700 and 800, because as I told you, after 550 you need so much crit for increase your crit chance to the 1%. For example, 50 crit, it means around 3 mana stone for 1%. You're losing 3 mana stone state for 1%, and after 660 you need 100 crit to increase your crit chance to the 1%. And the most important thing is the rangers. Rangers have crit buff, assassins have crit buff. I will tell you the example for the assassin. Never ever you cannot see any normal or good assassin who using even single crit mana stones, because they know that sword and dagger have high crit rate. They know they have the buff for the crit rate. They know the state have nice crit rate, because daggers have 100 crit on the basic state, and yeah, they don't need a crit. They are increasing the attack, and ranger also have some buffs to crit it, so you don't have to have 700 crit and put your whole gear for crit mana stones. And let's go for the crit resist state. Is 1-to-1 ratio. This is so important to see, because the example now, if you have 508% of if you have 508 crit rate, your percent is 50.1% to crit. But if your opponent have 200 crit strike resist, it's decrease your crit to 380. But it's not means this. If you have 708 crit and your opponent have 200 crit resist, it's not mean that you it shows you have 580 crit strike, but it's not mean you still have 50.1% of chance. It's defending your opponent. You don't have to increase it. This is your basic stat. This is your basic stat. You get it? It's the basic stat. The chance for this ratio, it's the basic stat also for your opponent's defense. This is the main point. Now let's go for evasion, parry, and block. Evasion is not popular nowadays, but I remember some people was using evasion because the parry thing is different and block thing, but evasion is something a difference more, because if you evasion something, you don't get any damage. You just evade the damage. Especially the parry can hold 50% damage. If you show parry to someone, you get reduced damage of the 50%, but in evasion situation you don't get any damage. For the parry, it's worked like that. If you have 10 more parry than your opponent's accuracy, it's 1% chance. Especially this situation, you have 40% cap for the chance. You don't have any cap for magic resist, don't forget it. You can have the magic resist and the opponent can never ever hit you. For parry situation, maximum is 40% of the chance. So 400 parry, if you have more than 400 parry, then your opponent's accuracy, you always show him you have 40% chance of the parry rate. You don't always show him, but this is the maximum what you can err. The same is on the block situation, just cap is 10% more, because in parry situation I can boost my parry by the staff, and for the block you need to use some mace and shield, which decrease your attacking damage, but in parry situation you still can have some nice damage, and that's why they tell you if you want 10% more chance for block some damage, you need to give us some attack. Since you are using the shield, it's depending on the enchant of the level, you can decrease your reduced damage to 70%. Yeah, this is really nice. And the elemental defenses, this is soon in 2.0 will get so popular, because elemental defenses is also the one of the most important defense against the magic class. For example, when you have 500 fire elemental defense and sorcerer or spiritmaster hits you the skill which have 5 attack state, you get 39%. You get 7.5 to 5. It's 37.5 less damage, because each elemental defense you have, it means 7.5% less spell damage on your character. So this is most important, and that's why in the past video I told you to level up your handicraft to craft noble hornet malevita glass, because it's give you some elemental defense and magic resist. The glasses price will be amazing, really. And healing boost is 1%. Okay. And these states, this is the tricky and hidden stage which some of you faced already. And so if you're moving forward close to your attack states, it says plus, and if you're moving backward close to your attack state, it says the minus. This happening because the forward movement increase your physical damage to 10% and decrease your physical defense to 20%, and increase your attack magical damage from the attack side 10% and elemental defense to 20%. Left and right movements, you can see the states, and backward movements, you can see the states. So if you are initialing to hit someone and you are rushing to him, your attack is increasing but your defense is decreasing. But you are playing backward, your your defensive stats get increased. Also, I want to tell you that if you see some melee classes, they are trying to rush you, jump on your back and rush you from the back. I don't know how to say it. They trying to slide. I'm gonna make video about the slides when you're hitting someone, and this happening because they are trying to maximize them attack damage. So this was that. I did not make this article. This article was made by Death Angel in 2013. Respect to this guy, I made this especially for him. I could read this everything and showed you and link to you from the original source, but original source is the some private servers forum, and it's not legal to upload such links, and it's not legal to popularize such forums or such servers. It's the strike. For that I download this document, I make some colors, I make some spaces between the text, and I try to make it easy for understandable for you. And yeah, I hope you understand everything. I try to talk about the main states, but yeah, you can download this document. As I told you, I will upload this document on the Google Drive, and the link will be in the description of the video. So overall, if you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you overall love my channel, please follow me, subscribe me, and you will see in the future so many interesting videos. Stay tuned and wait for the new video.